You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Lucerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Friday the 13th for WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A community leader was recognized last night in honor of his services and accomplishments. WYLN's Mackenzie Ocker has more.
Boy Scouts of America Mincy Trail Council held their banquet at Sand Springs on Thursday evening. The banquet was held to honor and give the recipient of the 2022 Distinguished Citizen Award.
We're happy to announce Dave Pedry as this year's honoree for our 2022 Distinguished Citizen Award. This is our 21st banquet, and we're very pleased to have him as our honoree.
The award itself is a certificate along with merit badges that best describes the honoree of the award. Mike Borgman explains how an individual is chosen for the award and why David Pedry was selected to receive it.
The award is chosen by a group on our committee, and the individual is chosen by the things that this individual would do in their community. Dave Pedry is certainly worthy of the award.
Pedry served as Lucerne County Council Manager from 2016 to 2021, where he created the Lucerne County Cares Expo, oversaw the formation of the COVID-19 Crisis Committee, and brought Lucerne County to its highest credit rating in history. Borgman says Pedry is a positive example for the Scouts, and he himself couldn't have been more honored they chose him for the award.
Oh, it's a wonderful evening here tonight. The Boy Scouts do so many great things for our community. For them to pick me out and say they want to thank me for my service, it means the world. I'm lucky to be honored here. These are just really good people who want to do good things.
The Boy Scouts of America Mincy Trail have been giving out the award for 21 years. Although Pedry was never a Boy Scout, his leadership in the community makes him one.
What I found is that they're always a phenomenal organization just to support. And everywhere you go in the not-for-profit community, you come across people who are literal Boy Scouts. So it's a phenomenal organization for people to live and grow.
The Boy Scouts and the Lucerne Foundation are a good way to get involved with the community and are always looking for more people to join.
I'm honored to be discussed here this evening. There are so many great things out there. If you are interested in working with the Lucerne Foundation or Boy Scouts, just please reach out to us. There's opportunities to do some great things in Lucerne County.
For more information on the Lucerne Foundation, call 570-822-2065. Reporting in Drums for WYLN News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Another ballot box issue is being investigated in Lucerne County. A man brought 2 ballots to Penn Place in Wilkes-Barre yesterday that were not sealed in the necessary privacy envelopes before they were placed in the outer envelope. When told by election officials the ballots could not be accepted that way, he tore them up and threw them in a nearby garbage can. Officials removed the ballots, placed them in a sealed plastic bag, and labeled them. A woman was stopped from depositing 4 ballots into the box as well on Wednesday. According to election law, voters may only deposit their own ballot unless they have a signed affidavit to drop off someone else's. A Bloomsburg man is locked up after allegedly causing severe head injuries to his fiance's 3-month-old. Police responded to 735 Catherine Street in Bloomsburg around 8 Wednesday morning for report of an unresponsive 3-month-old child. The child was then transported to Geisinger Medical Center for treatment and remains in critical condition. There it was discovered that the child was suffering from abusive head trauma stemming from a sudden event. As a result of the ongoing investigation, the child's mother's fiance, 31-year-old Christopher Lindsay Jr., was charged with aggravated assault, endangering the welfare of children, and recklessly endangering another person. He was sent to Columbia County Prison in lieu of $100,000 straight cash bail. A Mount Pocono man was taken into custody for speeding through the borough in a stolen vehicle. Weatherly police were notified of a possible stolen vehicle with Tennessee registration heading west on East Main Street just before 3 a.m. They were told the vehicle was stolen from New York City, where it was involved in at least one drive-by shooting. When officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop, the driver, 20-year-old Douglas Brown, fled at a high rate of speed. After failing to stop at 4 stop signs and turning onto a street without a turning signal, an officer was able to catch up with him. Brown was charged with fleeing or attempting to elude police, receiving stolen property, reckless endangerment, and child endangerment among 10 summary non-traffic citations. He was taken to jail after being unable to post $150,000 bail. The Hazleton Area School District plans to purchase new computers for students in grades 1, 5, and 9 for next year. And the district's ready to spend up to $830,000 on 3,500 Chromebooks from the technology budget to do so. The district installs security features on Chromebooks that limit their usefulness to anyone other than the student assigned to the machine. Members also discussed construction plans last night for the former Gans building on East 10th Street in Hazleton, which is being converted to the Hazleton Area Academy and Warehouse through contracts totaling $4,226,000. After 65 years, the doors of Jerry Bridal will close for good on Saturday. Business owner Judy Monco said the pandemic saw many weddings canceled, which took a toll on the business. So she has decided to retire. Everything at the store, including wedding gowns, have been marked down to 50% off. Judy plans to donate many of the unsold gowns to local high schools' theater and drama departments. You can shop the 50% off sale at Jerry Bridal Shop tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Peregrine falcons made their nest at the state capitol, and Wyln's Rhino Sachi has more on Harrisburg's newest baby wanderers of the sky.
Yesterday, a new group of peregrine falcons were banded in Harrisburg at the Rachel Carson State Office building. The Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, or DEP for short, and the Game Commission are the ones responsible for the banding after it was discovered that 4 baby falcons had nested at the building.
We've been collaborating, the Game Commission and DEP, on this project since the mid-1990s, and the first banding occurred in 2001. Since that time, 83 hatchlings have been banded here at the Rachel Carson State Office building. That makes this the most prolific nest site for peregrine falcons in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And it is from the dedication of the Game Commission, DEP's commitment, and the Watch and Rescue volunteers that many have been returned to the wild.
So what does it mean for these falcons to be banded? A color-coded band is placed on the legs of the falcons and allows biologists and other bird watchers to be able to track these birds to help us learn where they travel, their lifespan, if they're created nests in other areas, and other helpful information. This banding mission was led by Game Commission biologist Patty Barber, who assembled a team to bring the nestlings in from the 15th floor of the building.
I promise you there's nothing we're going to do that hurts the birds. We're essentially putting a bangle bracelet on them. It just does not come off. No matter where they set up a breeding territory, if they're in Maine or West Virginia, as long as someone sees them and reports it, we'll know where they end up and how they progress for the rest of their lives.
These bandings are also important because since last year, the peregrine falcon is federally protected under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act and the State Game and Wildlife Code. The falcons were also removed from the endangered species list in 1999 and removed from the state threatened list last year, thanks to collaborative efforts including these bandings.
We made the changes that were necessary for them to come back. We banned DDT. We passed the Endangered Species Act. We passed the Clean Water Act. Those pieces had to be in place for the recovery of the birds. And so everyone that supported any of that legislation, everyone that conserves water now, we're all contributing our part, both for peregrines and for all the other species that share the world with us.
The event was live streamed yesterday and can be viewed in its entirety on the DEP Facebook page. The DEP also has a live falcon cam on the ledge to get an up-close and personal view of the falcons. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Ryan Osachi.
Thanks, Ryan. Coming up on Wyln News, EHT's first picture of the Milky Way monster, plus your favorite furry friends of the week. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old, and it's gonna rain out. Bye.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
The clear choice for our next state representative is Gary Perna. Gary is the only candidate with real city and township government experience, working in both Lucerne and Schuylkill counties. Gary serves in multiple communities as a volunteer firefighter and gives his time to countless organizations. It's time we send one of us to represent all of us in Harrisburg. On May 17th, vote Gary Perna Jr. for state representative.
I'm Gary Perna Jr., and I approve this message.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
The Event Horizon Telescope collaboration captured the first picture of our galaxy's supermassive black hole. This gargantuan black hole, known as Sagittarius A, lives at the center of our galaxy and is a staggering 4 million times the mass of our Sun. What you're seeing is a central dark region where the hole resides, circled by the light coming from superheated gas, accelerated by immense gravitational forces. For scale, the ring's roughly the size of Mercury's orbit around our star, which is about 40 million miles across. Fortunately for us, this Milky Way monster is a long, long way away, some 26,000 light years in the distance. So there's no possibility of us ever coming into any danger. April showers bring May flower moons. This month's full moon is recognized as the flower moon, a tribute to the season's colorful spring blossoms. It'll reach its peak during the night of Sunday, May 15th into the early morning of the 16th. Following April's black moon, which coincided with the first solar eclipse of the year, the flower moon will coincide with a total lunar eclipse and will also be 2022's first supermoon. While there will be 4 supermoons this year, May will be a blood moon as a result of the total lunar eclipse. Sunday night's forecast is looking stormy at the moment, but hopefully we can all still catch a glimpse of this spring phenomenon. There's no time like the present to adopt a pet, and the SPCA of Lucerne County has more breed, shapes, and sizes of furry friends for you to check out this week. Everyone meet Tyga, the striped tiger boy. This absolutely stunning adult male pit bull mix loves to be outside running and playing. So if you're interested in adding Tyga to your family, start by filling out an application. And up next is Xander and Lily. These adorable juvenile male and female siblings are seeking a new home, and all you have to do is come by to check them out. Call 570-825-4111 to come on down and check out these featured pets and more. You may just meet your new best friend and give them a well-deserved forever home. Coming up on Spring Mountain Terrace's News Choice, your week in review, plus leading the way into this week's final segment. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on WYLN TV.
Dr. Alex here with another Feel Good Friday, here with a special story. So this last week, I had the privilege to show another patient how crazy chiropractic can be sometimes. She was deaf in her left ear from eustachian tube disorder. It wasn't something she was talking to me about to fix. It was something that just came up because I was speaking on her left side and she wanted me to speak up. I told her I think I can maybe help with that. I tried a simple chiropractic adjustment on the ear where I opened up that tube draining the middle ear. Once that middle ear was drained, she regained full hearing. It was actually instantaneous. I did the adjustment, she had her hearing. We had a little moment, she broke down into tears, but she can hear now. Her voice has changed too, that's the biggest thing I noticed. You don't think about that. Yeah, ever since, she's been able to hear in the left ear now. Chiropractic can help you feel good.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Jura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Tomorrow's care starts today with Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your ER partner.
Monday. A Berwick man faces attempted homicide charges after repeatedly stabbing his upstairs neighbor Saturday afternoon. Police arrived at 1226 Spring Garden Avenue around 2:30 Saturday afternoon to find Edward Howe covered in blood, but conscious. He told police he was waiting in the building's doorway for a pizza delivery when 37-year-old Christopher Broyan allegedly came out of a first-floor apartment and began stabbing him in the head, neck, and chest. Arriving officers maneuvered Broyan to the ground and took him into custody, and a sweep of his apartment yielded glass pipes and small containers of suspected marijuana. Broyan was charged with felony criminal attempted homicide and aggravated assault. He was jailed for lack of $250,000 cash bail, and a preliminary hearing was set for May 16th. Investigators cited no motive for the alleged attack. Tuesday. A Hazleton man was charged for a fatal overdose that happened last year. Hazleton police were called to Cybert Street for a report of an unresponsive 27-year-old female back in August. Multiple doses of Narcan were given to revive her, and she was transported to Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, where she was later pronounced dead. An autopsy revealed that the victim died from a result of a fentanyl overdose. An investigation discovered that the owner of Booty's Place in Hazleton, 55-year-old Neil Fort, had administered that fatal dose of fentanyl. He's been charged with drug delivery resulting in death and possession with the intent to deliver a controlled substance. He was arraigned, denied bail, and remanded to Lucerne County Prison. Wednesday. 3 people were displaced after a fire at a home in Hanover Township. Fire crews were called out shortly after 1 Tuesday afternoon to a home on East St. Mary's Road where a vehicle parked inside of a garage caught fire. Upon arriving to the scene, smoke and flames were seen spreading to the home, and were brought under control within 20 minutes. One person was home at the time of the blaze and was able to get out safely, only suffering minor burns to his forehead. Crews stated that there was moderate to major damage in the garage and second floor, but luckily, the house was not a total loss. The cause of that Hanover Township fire remains under investigation. Thursday. 2 people are being questioned after a report of shots fired Thursday morning in the city of Hazleton. Officers say a gunshot was heard in the area of South Church Street around 10 Thursday morning. During the police investigation, a rifle and used cartridge were found near a storage business. Officers also found a man hiding in a junked car in the woods and a woman hiding near the business. Luckily, no one was hurt. Police are calling it a domestic incident and continue to look into who fired the gun in Hazleton. Friday. Another ballot box issue is being investigated in Lucerne County. A man brought 2 ballots to Penn Place in Wilkes-Barre Thursday that were not sealed in the necessary privacy envelopes before they were placed in the outer envelope. When told by election officials the ballots could not be accepted that way, he tore them up and threw them in a nearby garbage can. Officials removed the ballots, placed them in a sealed plastic bag, and labeled them. A woman was stopped from depositing 4 ballots into the box as well on Wednesday. According to election law, voters may only deposit their own ballot unless they have a signed affidavit to drop off someone else's. That's it for your week in review, here on WYLN News.
Abby is still perfecting her sidekick, and her jab is just for show. But for Abby, this is a remarkable day, because Abby recently defeated a real foe, cancer, when she partnered with Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital, a children's hospital close to home with more than 30 pediatric specialties. Take a bow, Abby. You deserve it. Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital. Your health deserves a partner.
Hi, I'm Mike LaRocca. I'm running for state representative in the 116th district. I've lived in this district my whole life. I've been in business here for over 20 years. Just like you, I'm frustrated with the directions things are going. When elected, I will be the firm voice for seniors, veterans, law enforcement, and all citizens in the 116. I promise to bring as much funding into this district to improve quality of life and lighten the burden of those on fixed incomes. I cannot do this without your vote on May 17th. Send me to Harrisburg. I will not let you down.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon
At 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
Memberships are available at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The new upgrades will leave you with a distinctive and unique experience unlike any other venue in Northeast PA. Call Frank Gradis 570-233-5328. Email vccpro@thevalleycountryclub.com.
Hey there, everybody. This is Ricardo Santos from J Zapata. You remember this old monster? Well, we're moving into a building. It's a big restaurant. Come and check us out. This is what we had on our menu. Regular burrito. We have the taco americano. Let's go with the Mexicans. They don't have a sombrero, but there you go. Corn tortilla, gluten-free. This is the birria tacos, enchiladas, nachos, flan, 3 leches. That is right. Come at 620 Hillside Drive, grand opening of J Zapata Mexican Restaurant. Whoop, whoop.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Tomorrow's care starts today with Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your ER partner.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Mary Beth Cook's leading the way to wrap up this week's series.
Welcome back to Leading the Way. Mary Beth Cook, the Executive Director of the Helping Hands Society, here in segment 5. And Mary Beth, COVID must have been, you've got children in the building, you've got workers in the building. What was the impact?
You know, looking back, it seems like a bad dream.
it was just so scary and frightening. But we were only shut down for a few months, and we needed to get these children back here as soon as possible. You can't teach them online. I mean, it was horrible, but we, between the cleaning and all the safety precautions, that each child had their own little basket of toys, their own materials, and they couldn't share anything. 6 feet apart, they sat. There was no
That's tough
interactive stuff.
Yeah.
You would be surprised.
Really?
And the masks, they wore their masks like little troopers. The adults, it was harder for us. We're like, oh my gosh, you couldn't wait to rip it off. But they were really good about it, and they got used to it. That it was almost sad, because I'm thinking, oh, these children,
But what a change,
it's a part
though.
of them.
What a change, though, when the masks came off. And
wonderful.
You were telling us about how it impacted, especially the telethon.
Oh, we didn't have any of our fundraisers. The only thing we could do was the lottery raffle. And then we tried a mail-a-thon last year, which was very successful. But it still wasn't to the magnitude of a telethon. So all our events were canceled, and some of them were big ones. And so it was tough, but we have, I think, a lot of guardian angels up there, and we seem to survive. And I think, and I hope, it's because the public knows that this place is just about working from the heart, and we will help anyone and everyone. Even at Christmas time, board members and families just wanted to help others that maybe had a tough time for Christmas, or we help so many of our parents and people on the outside financially with gifts. Everyone is just so supportive, and
now the telethon is going to be outside?
We're going to try it. I would rather it in December when it's nice and cold, but we'll see what happens. We are hoping to have food trucks and rides and entertainment. It's right in the beginning stages, the planning stages, but it will be August 20th, so mark your calendars. I think it's going to be great. And I know the food trucks, everybody loves those. And we'll have great entertainment and all those things. So I'm excited to try something different.
I think it's great. And again, this week I've had a wonderful time spending some time with you.
Likewise.
And I just have to say that Mary Beth Cook, the executive director of the Helping Hands Society, continued success.
Well,
good luck, and thank you for being with us here on Leading the Way.
Thank you for having me, and again, a big, big thank you to the very generous public and all the people that support us. And I cannot thank them enough.
All right. We'll see you soon again on another Leading the Way.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.